That sound is, Highness? Those are the shrieking eels. If you don't believe me, just wait. They always grow louder when they're about to feed on human flesh.
Giant eels are just part of the amazing story that Peter Falk tells his grandson in Princess Bride, a fantasy film that's one of the 5 new movies we'll be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert. I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. Our first movie is named The Princess Bride, and I'm going to say right now that I thought this was one of the funniest and most charming comedies that I've seen in a long time. It's a whimsical satire on swords and sorcery, told in the form of that story that Peter Falk is reading to his grandson. And like a lot of the best stories, it's about a beautiful princess who's in love with a poor commoner. Although as the story begins, she doesn't know yet that she's in love and that he's in love with her. You're going to hear Falk reading the story in this scene.
Go on, boy. Fill these with water. Please.
As you wish.
That day, she was amazed to discover that when he was saying, as you wish, what he meant was, I love you.
Before they can live happily ever after, the princess is kidnapped, and that begins a series of hilarious adventures with a very weird cast of supporting characters.
I admit it, you are better than I am. Why are you smiling? Because I know something you don't know. And what is that? I am not left-handed.
You're amazing.
I ought to be after 20 years.
Oh, there's something I ought to tell you.
Tell me. I'm not left-handed either.
The farm boy is killed while trying to find his princess, but 2 friends take him to a wizard who may be able to help.
What? Are you the Miracle Max who worked for the king all those years?
The king's thinking son fired me, and thank you so much for bringing up such a painful subject. While you're at it, why don't you give me a nice paper cut and pour lemon juice on it? We're closed. Beat it, or I'll call the brute squad.
I'm on the brute squad.
You are the brute squad.
We need a miracle. It's very important.
Look, I'm retired. Besides, why would you want someone the king's thinking son fired? I might kill whoever you wanted me to miracle.
He's already dead.
He is, huh? I'll take a look. Bring him in.
And Billy Crystal is really funny there as Miracle Max. I didn't know that was Billy Crystal.
I didn't know it was Billy Crystal either. I thought it couldn't be Mel Brooks. It sounds like Mel Brooks.
There was something about the voice. I wanted to look at the cast at the end and see. I thought Billy Crystal.
Fabulous.
The Princess Bride is a strange combination of satire, romance, and swashbuckling special effects, and somehow it works on all of those levels. It's the new movie by Rob Reiner, who made the funniest satire of recent years in his fake rock and roll documentary, This is Spinal Tap. And this new movie is much gentler, it's more whimsical, but it's also very funny, partly because Robin Wright makes such a good romantic princess, and partly because every single supporting character is such a complete weirdo, including Billy Crystal as a Miracle Max, and also, of course, Wally Shawn, who plays the leader of the band of guys who kidnap
Andre
him.
the Giant is cast as a giant. I mean, and what a giant he makes. I think it's the supporting cast, and the script is funny. I mean, somebody spent a lot of time.
William Goldman.
Right, it's based on the William Goldman novel, and there is good writing here, and these people are funny, and it's romantic, and Peter Falk is cute in his interplay with the kid.
Yeah.
The kid wants him to speed through. Is this going to be a kissing scene? He says from time to time. Then he, with the eels, he gets all excited and wants Falk to read faster. A charming film for both adults and kids.
Yeah, that's the important thing, because I think adults will get a lot out of it too, because of its little kind of digs and asides and little moments of satire and so forth that really add to the basic underlying charm of the whole thing.
Very funny. Our next film is a violent drama depicting a love story played against the changing relationships between Italian and Chinese gangs in Lower Manhattan. The film is called China Girl, and the title refers to a young Chinese girl dating an Italian boy, much to the displeasure of both families and most of their friends. There's trouble brewing between the families, and the girl's brother receives a warning by his uncle.
We have high hopes for you, but you must learn what it means to be a real zongzu, a gentleman of the people. Our relationship with the Italians is of mutual benefit to everyone. It is good for the neighborhood. And a real zongzu does only what is good for his people. Peace is good for his people. Obedience is good for his people. Bloodshed is bad for his people.
The couple maintains their relationship, though, despite pressure by a Chinese gang.
How do you say I love you in Italian?
Ti amo.
Ti amo.
How do you say it in Chinese?
Ngo oine.
No, oine.
The film builds to a shootout during Little Italy's famous San Gennaro Festival. And of course, that scene will remind movie buffs of Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets, which also featured the same street. If you are familiar with New York City, you'll also know just how close Chinatown and Little Italy are, separated by one wide street. And this movie does a very good job of recreating the racial tension, at least in the gang world. The love story is fresh at first, then it sort of has no way to go as the gunplay takes over. But I got caught up in the quiet moments of the film, the silent power struggles, the evolution of two cultures in America, and on that basis, I recommend China Girl, stylishly directed by Abel Ferrara.
I also enjoyed this film, and I enjoyed it for the same two reasons you did, and it's really two films. First of all, you have this love story, which is so quiet and tender and charming and nice, and nicely played by those young actors.
Very, very much so.
And then you have the fact that the gangsters who run Little Italy and the people who run Chinatown are working together. You know, it's in both of their interests to keep the peace. And it's interesting how the old people, in the Chinatown, they're called the uncles. I suppose in Little Italy they're called the dons, although that word isn't used in the movie. They're talking about how hard it is to keep the children in line, because the children hate each other, and the old folks, I guess this is the positive message of the film, they've learned to work together in order to make money in crime.
The way also that the young people feel that the culture in America is alienating them, that you can't mix with the other people. There's lots of things going on in what probably may be advertised as some kind of shootout picture. Don't believe the advertising if they go that way. This is a pretty rich movie.
Kind of surprisingly good. Coming up next, Matt Dillon is a kid from a small town who wants to shoot dice in the big town.
And I told them you're the best damn dice artist they're ever going to see. What'd you tell them that for? Well, they know I exaggerate.
Next movie is named The Big Town, and this is a movie that's going to feel vaguely familiar to anyone who watches The Late Show or likes hard-boiled melodramas from the 1940s. It's recycled directly out of that tradition. The movie stars Matt Dillon in a very effective performance as a small-town kid who has a natural gift for rolling dice. In fact, it's actually more than a gift. I don't think he ever loses in this movie except once, and then the dice are loaded. Anyway, he comes to the big city of Chicago to work as a full-time crap shooter, and he meets the professional gamblers he's going to be working for.
Give me your dice. Now you're clean. It's the first thing you learn about shooting for us. You gamble with our money, you carry our dice. We know our dice are straight.
Yes, ma'am.
In his spare time, Dylan becomes friendly with a waitress who lives in the neighborhood.
So what's your husband do?
It's kind of a long story. I don't know, now and then I tell people he was killed in Korea when I'm in the mood for a little sympathy. I never actually married him. We were just a couple of kids. I don't know, it never would have worked.
It's too bad.
No, well, you know where I live. It's nice running into you.
Yeah.
That's Susie Amos, very good, as the good girl he ought to love but doesn't. And, of course, the movie also has a bad girl he shouldn't love but does. She's played by Diane Lane.
I'll be good. I am good, aren't I?
No.
No.
You're great. Hi, Aggie.
Your waitress will be right with you.
Lane is unhappily married to the tough guy who runs the biggest crap game in town and who becomes the kid's natural enemy.
We guarantee our dice for unconditionally true play. If anyone can prove that our dice do not yield absolutely random results, we will pay him $1,000 for each percentage by which the results deviate from random. I have here brand new dice, still factory sealed.
I shoot with Patsy's dice, or I don't shoot.
Whatever you say, Flash. This is a casual game here. We all trust each other.
That's Tommy Lee Jones running the table there. He can look about as mean on camera as any actor around these days, and it's a good gift to have in the big town. It makes him very effective. The big town doesn't have a lot of surprises in its storyline. If you watch The Late Show, you can just about phone this in. But what's good about the movie is the acting and the atmosphere, the style of the movie. Matt Dillon simply seems incapable of being unnatural on the screen. He has a lot of small moves and body language in this movie that help to create the character better than anything he can say, and it's a good performance. Thumbs up.
Oh, I think it's a fabulous film,
Yeah.
and what amazes me is you talk about the winning streak that this kid has. I mean, we know in pool movies and card game movies and all these gambling kinds of things, even a boxing picture, that the good guy is going to win, and so the tension level is reduced, except during all of the times that the kid is throwing the dice, there is tension in the air. Now, how is this achieved is the mystery to me and the greatness of this movie, because I'll tell you, because Tommy Lee Jones is effective as a villain.
Yes, he is.
And we're stunned that this kid repeatedly wins because the director's made a shift. I'm not screwing up any of the tension because you're going to be amazed at how it'll fool you even.
And also, of course, Matt Dillon does something that's a brilliant acting choice. He never seems worried.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like, oh, can I really hope
Can I pull this out?
Can I? No, it's always... He's got the arm.
He's the natural.
He's just playing. He's playing Tommy Lee Jones. Psychologically, he's playing cat and mouse with Tommy Lee Jones.
The woman you named, the first actor, Susie Amos. Here's another actress. I want to see more of her. This is one of the discoveries in this film. She is absolutely wonderful.
The entire movie is filled with great character actors.
Yeah. And
it's got so much richness in it. It's so atmospheric. I really enjoyed it.
It's delightful. Right. It's nice to see somebody do an homage to an old kind of film and do it as well as they did it then. It's that good. Coming up next, a young man who can actually get pretty women to give him their phone numbers in the street. That's why they call him the pickup artist.
This bud's for you. My name's Jack Jericho. I must say, that rose goes magnificently with your pale skin and dark eyes.
Our next film is called The Pickup Artist. It's about a compulsive guy looking for and getting repeated one-night stands. That's until he meets his match in a girl named Randy, played by Molly Ringwald. She's as tough a cookie as he is, and she lets him know that when he tries to pick her up.
What's her name?
Randy.
That's a great name. That's really original sounding for such a female-looking girl. May I ask you one last question? What if this stranger gave you the rose were to say something to you really outrageous, like, Randy, I think you're the most lovely, luminous, radiant, exotic, erotic woman I've ever met, and I must make love to you immediately. Then what would you do?
Depends on where he said it.
You wouldn't want to find out if you liked him?
I know when I like someone 2 seconds after I lay my eyes on him.
Don't say that unless you're serious.
Test me.
She's tough, even after they've made love.
You feel great?
That's fine.
Not great?
Would it upset you terribly if I chose my own words?
Now, Randy turns out to have a problem. Her father's a compulsive gambler. She's a gambler, too, but he's deeply in debt to the mobsters for about $25,000. She also runs a risk in a train station, but the pickup artist is clever enough to save her.
You can knock me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place, doing a thing that you want to do. Stay off of my shoes,
and I doubt you. I step on my blue suede shoes.
You can do anything but stay off of my blue suede shoes.
That's Robert Downey getting his way out of a tough scene. I enjoyed the gambling action in this movie when she finally gets to Atlantic City. For some reason, the film company isn't releasing the scenes of the gambling. I don't know why. That's when the film is the most interesting. It isn't interesting, though, as much as the big town. It almost seemed like both Robert Downey and Molly Ringwald were playing characters who should be older. These seem to be like kids playing adult roles. Matt Dillon could pull it off in the big town, playing an old role, but not not these people. These people are amateurs. The film is called The Pickup Artist, but Ringwald is far more the compelling character. It's not so much a bad movie, just an empty one, and a not very credible one.
I think it's a very bad movie. I thought that the gambling sequences were completely uninteresting. I mean, this movie was directed by James Toback, who wrote a movie called The Gambler,
a wonderful
which
film.
is, infinitely more perceptive than this film on the subject of gambling. The supporting characters in this movie are all borrowed from other movies. You have Harvey Keitel as the Atlantic City gambling boss. That's the same character he played in Wise Guys. You've got Dennis Hopper as the alcoholic father. It's the same character he played in Hoosiers. I mean, everything in this movie seems borrowed from somewhere else, and right down the middle, on the one hand, you have the teenager movie. On the other hand, you have this ridiculous gambling story. I thought it was shockingly bad, especially coming from James Toback.
Well, maybe I'll revise it and say it's a pretty bad movie, but not as bad as some of I've seen.
Okay, I'm always glad to kind of bring you around a little bit. When we come back, a klutzy Toronto girl gets a job in an art gallery, and her whole life changes in the most unexpected ways. And I've heard the Mermaids singing.
It's an external transformation.
Internal.
External. Look at the lemon.
What about the fork?
Oh, the fork is irrelevant.
Our next movie is named I've Heard the Mermaids Singing, and for me, this is one of the true discoveries of the big September movie season. It's an offbeat character study about a sort of klutzy Toronto girl who thinks she can't do anything right, and she's more or less correct about that. She's played by Sheila McCarthy, a naturally winsome and funny new actress who goes to work one day for an elegant French-Canadian woman who owns an art gallery.
Well, I'm not sure how long I'll be using you.
Oh, that'll be just fine.
Excuse me?
I mean, however long you need me would be appropriate.
She falls head over heels in admiration for that woman, who she always calls the curator. But she's a lousy typist and is astonished when she gets offered a job.
I like having you around. Oh. I can concentrate with you there.
Oh.
I'd like you to be my permanent part-time secretary. What do you think?
I would love to be your secretary.
One day, she gets an entirely different view of the curator's personal life.
Yeah, I love her. A lot.
Like a mother or a sister?
No. Like a lover.
And when that turn comes in the movie, it's kind of unexpected, at least it was to me.
Sure.
This is the kind of movie I often find very interesting because it doesn't have much of a plot, and there's no way, therefore, for me to predict which way the story is going. This is a slice of life. It's about a young woman who starts out as a complete loser and sort of ends up as a complete loser, too, but on a much higher level of loss. All of the characters in the movie are complete originals, and the director, Patricia Rozema, does a good job of telling their stories without getting so serious that she loses track of the underlying comedy of this whole situation. It's an entertaining movie, and the most entertaining thing about it is that completely original performance by Sheila McCarthy.
That's what made me like the movie. I mean, she's photographed, telling us the story, and in those sequences, and then we see the story played out. I must say, if I had to make a change in the movie, I would have added the number of times that she spoke directly to us telling the story, because I could have taken actually the whole film of her just talking straight into the camera. That would have been a rather bold move.
A bit much, I think.
Not for me, because she is that interesting, whereas the curator and the art world, you say some digs at their art, I mean, that's nothing new. We've seen that done before.
No, but the critic that they bring into the gallery, the scene with the critic and his girlfriend, that's an effective scene. It's very funny.
I don't know. I felt that, I mean, it's worth seeing, and it's worth seeing for this young talent and her just wide-eyed look at what's going on.
There's also another whole level in the movie that's fascinating, and that is, why does the curator keep this woman on the job when it turns out she's totally incompetent? It's almost because she wants a pet, in a way. And the movie is almost about how Sheila McCarthy gets tired of being a pet. Almost.
Well, that's an interesting way. My life with a dog, but played by a woman. Okay. Now let's recap our reactions to the movies on this show. A lot of agreement today. We both really enjoyed Rob Reiner's film, The Princess Bride. 2 big thumbs up. Loved the fantasy of the picture. And we were both surprised by the quality of China Girl. It's more than just a thriller. 2 thumbs up. And Matt Dillon is superb as a natural gambler who has a tougher time in love in the big town. A very good film. 2 thumbs up. And yes, Roger did persuade me to like the pickup artist even less than I originally did. I wasn't crazy about it, but he has a point. It stinks in many ways. 2 thumbs down. And we both liked I Hear the Mermaids Singing, particularly, as we've mentioned, for Sheila McCarthy's performance.
You know, the one thing about September and October every year is that it's the season when you get all the good movies. Usually the Oscar winner comes out of this season, and who knows, maybe one of these pictures will be around the Academy Award time.
I would like to see Matt Dillon get an Oscar nomination for
What a wonderful actor.
I think he really did a good job.
That's it for this week. Next week, more new movies, including Diane Keaton in Baby Boom and the legendary Chuck Berry in concert in Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll. That's next week on Siskel and Ebert, and until then, the balcony is closed.
Raisinets and Goobers are playing everywhere, starring plump, juicy raisins and great golden peanuts. Both now feature creamy Nestle milk chocolate. Glade Air Freshener. Nothing freshens a home like Glade. Now in 11 fresh scents. Glade. Zip Guard Wood Finish. Will not chip, crack, craze, or peel. And Zip Strip. Non-flammable paint remover. Bisquick. How quick will your honey get stuck on hot homemade biscuits? Bisquick. Bisquick.